Welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared. Today we're doing an unboxing of the newest release from the Op Games, which is along their lines of the Rising series. This is Avatar: The Last Airbender Fire Nation Rising, which, like I said, is part of the Rising series, as like Thanos Rising or even the Batman Who Laughs Rising, and they've had a couple others like it. I've not actually played some of those Rising games, so this will be my first one that I'll get to try out. But we're going to do an unboxing and see what's inside for all you fans of the Avatar series. This is for ages 10 and up, players is 1 to 5. It is a cooperative game. It plays in over an hour. I'll read the back and then we'll get right into what's inside. The day of Black Sun is approaching, creating a pivotal moment in the 100-Year War. Will the Fire Nation earn the upper hand, or will the heroes gain a strategic advantage? In this cooperative card and dice game, join forces with Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, and Zuko to utilize the solar eclipse, work together to position your powers, and claim victory in 3 final battles that will stop the Fire Nation and restore balance to the world. It says over 200 components, including custom figure and 16 custom dice, enlist new heroes and gain an upper hand over villains, and there you go. Now let's take a look if we can carefully open this up without too much damage here. There we go. So we got the packaging. We'll get it right open here. All right. We have a rule book on top. We have a legend of icons on the back. This is that's what it looks like. We got some setup, some general rules on how to play, the day of the Black Sun, and then end of the game. So it's actually pretty quick, streamlined rules. A lot of illustrations. Should be not too bad to read through. And then we have our first punch board, and we've got some tokens here. This has this like flower background. Then we got these large tokens for like the different elements: wind, water, fire, earth, sand, and all that stuff. Not sand, but you get it. So all these punch out look like these are special abilities that you can draw. And then we've got maybe some trackers here on like fire and ice and that kind of thing. We have what looks like a board to assemble. So if we can put this perhaps like this, yep. Then we'll see what this looks like. So it is a fully circular board, which I think is probably why they ended up making it in pieces. So, you know, it's just a little bit bigger than the size of the box. It's got places for cards to rest, and I suppose a place for the figure in the middle to stand. There's these slots here on the outside, green, red, and blue for cards. I am drawn immediately to this figure here. It's pretty nice. It's kind of got a sun-dropped look to it. It's pretty large. I mean, it's, you know, I got a pretty large hand, but that's a pretty big. That's like 6, 7 inches big, I guess, something like that. He's got this cool hairstyle, beard, and all that, just standing defiantly. So he's going to stand right there in the middle. Fits pretty well. We've got dice. We've got cubes. Let's take a look first. We've got some translucent red cubes. All right. So there you go. They feel nice. They're plastic. They're kind of, you know, your standard red cubes, probably for damage and whatnot. So that looks really good. Good quality. Then we have some custom dice that, you know, they made especially for this game. You've got, looks like 4 in each color. And these are, and when I say custom, like they're actually like carved, and these icons are like shaped and indented and like actually like shaped in it, like, you know, like you would cut into plastic. I don't know how that would affect the probabilities of the rolls, but I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. You've got the yellow ones here. All right. And some of the blue ones. These feel really good. I like, you know, the custom feel of it. It's got some nice little, you know, icons for the different elements. And below here, we've got some boards. So let's take a look at this. We've got, I'll remove that. Do I build this, or is this per player? I don't know. We've got a ruin board. We've got balance boards. And these appear to be different on the sides, on each side. This one has like one symbol on it. These have two. This one has one on the back. This one has three. This one has two. And we have a ruin track, which I guess, you know, kind of goes like that. And perhaps as the balance changes, you know, you substitute these sorts of things, and you've got the balance of those two tokens, which we saw, the red and the blue, which I imagine are going to go on this track. So that's kind of how this works, from what I can tell, having not played the other Rising games. So just taking a look, we've got some cards for the characters. These are the same on both sides, looks like. Team leader. Oh, they're not the same. There's actually one side with an ally and one side without an ally. And okay, all right. So there's team leader Zuko. There's the dice pool he gets. He's got an ability, redirect lightning. You've got Toph, dice pool of 4 green with an ability of sense vibrations. Sokka and Katara, healing waters and master plan. And the character Ong, the one of each color, and the ability is follow the avatar. All right. So there's quite a few options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One for each player. It's a 1 to 5 player game. You can probably see their specialty of their icon here, and like their dice, and specialty in their element. All right. And then of course we've got some decks of cards, and I will likely end up sleeving because I tend to sleeve all my cards. So this is the small deck here. Looks like this is probably what you draw to determine like the balance sheets that we just saw, and how far things progress on the ruin track. So those I'm sure would just get drawn, and there you go. That affects the balance of everything in the game and what's available and all that kind of stuff. Let's open up this deck and carefully take a look at these cards. As I said, these are likely going to just sit right on the board right here in one of these 3 spots. And let's see, which is the back sides. So these are the backs naturally. And we got light blue, got green, got red, dark blue, and then like a dark color, kind of like a dark brown almost. So here's, I'm just gonna go through them. If you want to take a look further at what each one does, you know, you can slow down the video and pause to view each card. But I'll just kind of cycle through them. They all have the same backing. I imagine they're all just going to get shuffled together, and then they have to be played on one of those spots. So, all right. Now this is a cooperative game, so you do want to try to work together on, you know, stopping the Fire Nation, which I assume is that guy in the middle. Similar to like Thanos Rising. Thanos would be the big bad. That guy right there. Big bad. So each of these cards has like abilities, and they're named characters. And I notice even some of the named characters are ones that you can play as. There's Momo. These are like some of the, okay, I was like animal types. Hey bae. Okay. And lastly, we've got this set of cards. The art looks really nice. You know, it's like anime artwork taken from the comics, taken from the show, that kind of thing. And then we have probably some balance cards here that have rewards on one side. So the battle at Wulong Forest. And then I suppose it flips over. Choose a player as a reward to roll an additional die of their choice on their next turn. Battle at Bossing's, all right, reward, battle at Fire Nation Palace. And I would guess that you have to do all of these in order, something like that. But there's just 3 of those, and otherwise you got 1 deck of cards that you'll get to, you know, separate out. That is everything included in the box. So this has been an unboxing, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want to see more unboxings or video tutorials of how to play board games, or keeping up to date with board gaming news, every other Friday I do release a news video so you can see what announcements or currently crowdfunding games there are out there. So stick around, leave me a comment, like the video if you like the game and want to see more, and yeah, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, I've been Jared. See you next time.